So what I want to bring in today is how I view my patients. And I think everyone does this. Remember this when you were kids? The shape sorter ball, right? That red and blue ball that you have when you were a little bitty. And your kids would learn how to put shapes in here. The secret to this thing is that medicine owns this shape. They own the circle. It's theirs. If you walk into their office with a circle problem, it's a home run. Home run. I mean a home run, right? Oh, I got in a car accident and the doctor saved my life. I had a motorcycle accident, head traumas, they saved my life. It's a home run. It's great. But what happens if you walk in with maybe a little star problem? Or you walk in with a triangle problem? They have this. And they're going to look at that triangle and they're going to sit there and they're going to be like,
you need a hammer.
It didn't fit when you were 3. It doesn't fit when you're 30. It doesn't fit when you're 90. So all they can do then is say, well, we'll manage the symptoms that this is creating, the other shape, until something over here breaks. And then we'll say, see, that's what it was. What I do that's different, what makes me unique among a lot of the healing arts, is that my list of things looks like this. I'm bringing this in. When you come into practice and you see me, I've got a plethora of shapes. I have the oval. I have this weird little rainbow-looking thingy. I've got the square. I've got the plus. I've got that little, 4 or 5 pentagon, right? Mm-hmm. I've got my triangle. I have a lot of these things. What I don't have is the circle. I'm not a circle guy. I don't have that. There's a field that does. But boy, I have a lot of these. And these other shapes now become important because when we look at a patient, very few are one. Most of them are several of these shapes. They're a triangle problem. They're a square problem. They're an oval problem and a circle. And so when you see these people, you have to look at the big picture. And we come back to that stress triangle. It was my talk in Ireland to these doctors. Stress is the cause of all disease. There's no exception to that rule. The 2 doctors that came up with that theory and put it out there were up for the Nobel Prize for Medicine. It's never been disproven in 60 years. No one's even challenged it. We know, for all intents and purposes in healing, it's a fact. But there's 3 flavors of stress. There's a mechanical flavor, physical, accidents, traumas, etc., which medicine's very good at. There's an emotional flavor or an energetic flavor, which they're not so good at. There's a nutritional chemical side, which they're kind of at. Decent at the chemical, not so good at the nutrition. And so when you look at these things, you think, well, gosh, how many of these problems that we have, how many of these shapes that affect us in our life are mortality causes, right? COVID really exposed the underbelly of our healthcare system. It showed how inadequate it can be at times. And so as we look at these sort of things, we say, well, how many of the diseases that we all suffer from, of the 10,000 known diseases to mankind, what percentage are due to things that are kind of outside the acute, traumatic, infectious umbrella? About 88%, almost 90%. So 90% of the diseases that we face, 90% of the cause behind those diseases is outside your current medical system, which is why you manage everything. All right, you got to stop. It's okay to take something to control a symptom, but you have to then go looking for that cause. And the cause is, well, Mrs. Smith, your hormones are out of balance. You need to take bioidenticals. It's nice. That's not the cause.
Why are my hormones out of balance?
That's the question you have to ask. And then you have to restore normal body function. Then you don't need the bioidenticals either. So even when we get into functional medicine, they talk about cause. Kind of, sort of. It's just a different variation of the same model. Something to think about. I thought you guys would enjoy that today. I'm Dr. Sean McCaffrey. Once again, thank you for joining me here Live on Wellness Wednesday, you're on Sports Radio 1450 and 92.3 FM. I will be with you Saturday morning, my buddy Richard and Shaggy here in the studio. We're going to be doing house call. I look forward to seeing you there. Like it, thumbs it, share it. And remember, if you don't expect a miracle, they tend not to happen. Bye-bye. All right, guys, thank you once again. I appreciate it all. Again, like it, thumbs it, share it. That's what you got to do to let everyone know we're here. I like this model. I really, really, really like this concept, this idea. I think it very clearly explains how complex we all are. No one has one. We have 10, 12, 15 different possibilities or combinations of those possibilities. And if you're stuck under an umbrella with only one answer, and it's that hammer and a nail theory, right? All I have is a hammer, therefore everything's a nail. But it's not true. And so you can learn to take your life back. You can learn to help yourself. You know, it's been my quest really for the last several decades. How do I help patients get their life back? How do I teach you to do this stuff without me? I can't see everybody, but I can show you ways to look at things and analyze stuff and make little tweaks in your life where you can get a hold of this stuff. And I'll help you when you can't. I'm Dr. Shaw. I'm the Robin Hood Healthcare. Bye-bye.